Zach.
Hello, everyone. My name is Toto. I'm an international missions counselor at the University of Findlay. And today I will give you a presentation about the university, about all of our programs. And if at any point you have any questions, please put them in the little questions tab on the upper right side.
Toto, I think there is a technical issue with the internet connection. Could you please refresh the page? Toto, şu an teknik bir aksaklık yaşıyor. Birazdan tekrar aramızda olacak. Yes.
We had some technical difficulties. The internet was gone, so I hope you guys can see me again.
Yes, we can see you and hear you now.
Okay.
Okay,
perfect.
But your presentation, you can share your screen.
Okay. Let me just... I've been invited to the stage too many times, so it keeps popping up an error. All right, I believe that it's working now finally, so I'm gonna continue with my presentation. I am really sorry about this little delay, but if everyone can hear me, I'm gonna start doing my presentation right now.
Yes, we can hear you, we can see you.
Perfect. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened, but so the University of Findlay was founded in 1882, which is over 130 years ago. We currently have about 4,000 students at the university, and out of that, we have 150 international students. Over the years, we have had many students from Turkey. Right now, we don't have any Turkish students, but we truly hope this will change in the next few years. We offer 86 bachelor programs, 11 master programs, and 4 doctorate programs at the University of Findlay. I was actually an international student at Findlay myself, so I came here 7 years ago. I did my bachelor's, my master's, and now I work here. So I know how it was as an international student here, and I loved my experience at Findlay. One thing that I really loved was the small class sizes. So the average class size at Findlay was about 16 students per professor, which is something that was amazing because you get to know all your classmates, you get to know the professor, and the professor gets to know you. And that's something that's very nice about Findlay. And we also have 100% scholarship rate for all of our students. So every student who comes to Findlay, they get some kind of scholarship to help financially. And I will talk a little bit more about that later. At Findlay, we have 24 NCAA Division II sports, and we also give scholarships for that. So if you're a good athlete and do any sport, please contact us and we'll help you get in touch with the coaches for a possible athletic scholarship. And then if throughout this presentation you have any questions, please leave a question in the question box, and then I will help you with that question. We're a nationally ranked university. We have top rankings from US News and World Report, Princeton Review, Money Magazine, and the Wall Street Journal. So we're a really good university with a long tradition. So if you're looking for amazing experience and good education in a very safe community in the US, Findlay is a good fit for you. We're located in Ohio. So as you can see where the circle is, that's where Ohio is. And the city of Findlay itself is surrounded by many big cities like Columbus, Dayton, Cincinnati, Chicago, Detroit, and they're all between 2 to 4 hours of driving away. Some of the most popular programs for international students are our environmental program, our Master of Business Administration, business for undergraduate students, computer science and applied analytics at all levels, so undergraduate and graduate, pharmacy, education, health informatics, exercise science, and business. One thing that sets Findlay apart from many other universities is that our students are very focused on research. So from the very first day you come to campus, you get the opportunity to conduct research with a professor, which is something that you can't do at bigger universities until your last year of studies or until you're a graduate student. So at Findlay, all international students and all domestic students from the very first day, they can go up to a professor and say, hey, I'm interested in this. I want to do research with you. And they'll most likely say yes. And that's something that I did as a student at Findlay. So I found a professor and I did research. And I got to go to many conferences around the United States and present my work. And that's something that I enjoyed a lot. And it helped me also build my resume, and it helped me become who I am and be where I am right now. And every year we have over 300 students who share their work at the annual Symposium for Scholarship and Creativity, which is a kind of like a competition where students present all the work that they did throughout the year, and then they compete in the best presentations. They go on to national conferences across the United States. We offer a lot of one-on-one support. With classes being relatively small, our professors are always there to help our students. So we don't have any teaching assistants or anything like that, but the professors themselves who are highly qualified, all with doctorate degrees, they all teach the classes, and they always have time for the students for that one-on-one support. And that's something that I utilized as a student. So when I went to Findlay, and sometimes when I didn't understand something in class, I would go talk to the professor and ask them any questions that I had. And it really helped me a lot to be a very good student at Findlay. We have a very big and beautiful campus. So we have our main campus, which you can see here. We have all of our academic programs are located on campus, so you don't have to travel very far. We have residence halls on campus, and that's where our students can live. So international students, they don't have to live in our on-campus housing, but if you want to, you're more than welcome to live on campus. So these pictures are some of the buildings on campus where our students choose to live. We have houses, townhouses, we have dorms, cottages, so really anything that might be the right fit for you. And if you come alone, there's solo apartments, or if you come with family, you can rent a house. So there's many options. And also off-campus living is very affordable in Findlay, with rent ranging from $250 to $400 a month, which is much, much cheaper than some of the big cities in the United States. This building over here, that's our old main building. So that was the first building on our campus, and that's been here since 1882. So that's where originally we had all the classes at the University of Findlay. And then right in front of the building, you see the arch, which is very important to the University of Findlay because that's where we have the arch ceremony every year, which is when new students come in, they walk through the arch, all the incoming students and our current students, faculty and staff, they're all greeting the students. They have balloons and all kinds of things, free food. And then the students are not supposed to walk through the arch until the day they graduate. Our other highlight of our campus is our newest building on campus. That's a Center for Student Life and College of Business. This building was just built 2.5 years ago. And this is personally my favorite building. It hosts most of the business classes, all the business faculty members. They're located in this building on the upper floor. And also they're very modern classrooms. So every classroom has 6 full HD flat screen TVs built into the wall, which really allows for a good environment to learn at the University of Findlay. And then downstairs, as you can see, it's a very nice and open area where students can just go and hang out after classes. There's a food court, so you can get any kind of food that you would like. We have Chinese, American food, we got Mexican, we got grilled food. So like really anything that you'd like, you can find over there in the food court. If you want to study any of the science classes like pharmacy, chemistry, biology, most of your classes will be in this building. That's the Davis Street building, and it's our second newest building on campus. And as you can see, it's also very beautiful. The next two buildings, there are Brewer Center for Health Sciences. So if you want to study occupational therapy or physical therapy, most of your classes will be in there. And we also have a very cool cadaver lab. So if that's something that interests you, please reach out to me, and I will help you with any question. Then on the right side, it's our Fine Arts Pavilion. So most of the arts classes on campus are in here, but something that this building is very famous for is that it hosts the Maza Museum, which is the biggest collection of children's artwork from children's books worldwide. We have over 14,000 individual pieces in this museum. So if you grew up with a children's book, the picture in it was original artwork at some point, the chances are very high that we have the original piece of art. So that's something very cool about the University of Findlay, and all of our art majors, they really utilize that, and the community, they comes there and supports all the artists too. At Findlay, we have over 100 clubs and over 100 organizations. So whatever interests you, we probably have a club for it. And if you look at this list and don't see something that you're interested in, no problem. You can just go up to a professor or a staff member and ask them to open up a club with you. And anyone who you approach, they'll be happy to help you with that. There's many opportunities to be active on campus. There's over 300 events every single year. They have many activities. We have 24 college sports, 25 intramural sports, such as sand volleyball, dodgeball, ultimate frisbee. We have a swimming pool on our campus, a cardio center, an indoor track, a rock climbing wall, racquetball court, and a gaming station, which I thought was really cool. It has a huge TV where students can just rent the controllers and play games with their friends at the university for free, of course. A little bit more about the city of Findlay. So Findlay is the #1 micropolitan city in the United States, which means that we're the best small city in the US. And that's because we're a small, safe town in the United States with about 41,000 people. During this whole craziness with COVID, we've been mostly unaffected. Of course, there have been a few cases here and there, but like we've been very safe. Our campus is fully open right now, so all of our students are on campus right now doing live classes. The only thing is that everyone has to wear a mask and they have to socially distance. And so far, the system has worked very good for us, and we plan to stay open in the spring, and hopefully next fall, everything will be 100% normal again. Findlay also has a very low cost of living. So if you make $50,000 a year in Findlay, that's equivalent to $124,000 in New York City. So in Findlay, you really need way less money than you would need in a big city, which is something that I liked as a student, and I still like that because it's simply cheaper to live here. Findlay has many very big companies. We have 15 Fortune 500 companies, which is the top 500 companies in the US, and we have 15 out of that. We also have 7 Japanese, 2 Canadian, and 3 German companies. Many restaurants, recreational opportunities, and very historic downtown with many great shopping opportunities in Findlay. The weather in Findlay, be ready for pretty cold winters and pretty warm summers. So like the average summer temperature is 29 degrees Celsius, which is probably not as warm as in Turkey, but it gets pretty warm here too. And then in the winter, the temperature goes between -7 Celsius to 3 degrees Celsius. So if you decide to come, be sure to bring a winter coat and winter boots, because it does get cold, but also beautiful because right now, as you can see in this picture, that's where campus looks like right now. And I truly love it during this time of the year. Since I mentioned that we have 150 international students on our campus, we also have many events for international students. So we offer an international night, which is where students from every country get the opportunity to present about their country, to cook for the community, and of course we will pay for that too. So all you have to do is just bring good spirits and share everything you know about your country with the community of Findlay, which really helps diversify this place too. We do service ambassador programs and friendship family programs. So if you're curious about any of these things, I would love to help you more about that. We do offer welcome houses on our campus. So that's when a student arrives for the first 10 days to the university and you're not sure if you want to live on campus or off campus. So during that time, we help you decide whether you want to live off campus or on campus, and we'll help you find a good place to live. And the average cost per night for that is about $20 a night, so much cheaper than a hotel. And if you choose to live on campus, these fees are waived, so you don't have to pay if you choose to stay on campus after that. Now, probably the thing that you guys have all been waiting for, our scholarships and tuition fees. So first of all, we offer many scholarships for our international students. They're all merit-based, which means they're based on your GPA in high school. So let's say you're a very good student, you have a 3.76 out of 4 GPA, which would qualify you for $19,000 a year. Whatever scholarship you come in with, that's what you get to keep the whole entire time you're at Findlay. So if you come with a certain GPA and let's say it drops by a little bit the next semester, it doesn't matter. You get to keep what you came in with. The tuition cost before scholarships is $35,000 a year. And then after scholarships, as you can see on the left side, it's between $14,000 and $23,000 every single year. So those are our scholarships for undergraduate students. And then for graduate students, we offer scholarships ranging from $1,000 to $3,000 a year, and that all depends whether you took the GRE or GMAT, excuse me. And the average tuition will be between $8,000 and $13,000 for graduate students. And if you guys have any questions about this, please don't forget to put them in the question box, because I will answer all the questions after this presentation is over. To apply to Findlay, it's very simple. You just have to go to findlay.edu. I will share that link in a little bit too. And our application is completely free. So all you need is your high school transcripts and your certificate or diploma and English language test. And we accept TOEFL, IELTS, ITEP, PTE, and Duolingo. We do not require SAT or ACT, but if you do have one of those tests, you can submit them and they can count instead of the English test. So please let me know if you have an SAT or ACT score, and it might help you make your admission a little easier. Then we need a passport photo, and once you submit all those things, we'll have an admission decision within 5 to 10 days. After that, you'll need to submit a bank statement showing enough funding for at least one whole academic year. And the process for graduate students, it's very similar. Free application, you can apply online anytime, no deadline. You will have to submit your bachelor's degree transcripts and your degree certificate or diploma. Then again, a language test, TOEFL, IELTS, PTE, Duolingo, and a copy of your passport. GRE and GMAT are not required, but if you do submit them, you can get additional scholarships for that. And then again, 5 to 10 days to get admitted. And then we'll need a bank statement after that so that we can proceed with all the paperwork so you can come to the United States. I already talked about this. Create an online account. It's super simple. You can finish the application in less than 10 minutes if you have all the right documents. And this is part of our staff. If you ever have any questions, please feel free to reach out to any of these lovely people. And yeah. So if you have any questions right now, I will go to the Q&A section and I will start answering the questions one by one. Okay. Okay, first question we have, I'm a pharmacy student. How can I get scholarship? So we do have a very good pharmacy program at the University of Findlay. It's a 6-year program, and our pharmacy students, they get the same kind of scholarships as our undergraduate students for the first 4 years. And then after that, it's the student has to fully fund it. Pharmacy is a very good major at the University of Findlay because once you graduate, you will get salary of at least $100,000 a year starting off right away, which is something that's really cool. And it's one of only a few programs in the United States where you get a doctorate in just 6 years. And you can do it at Findlay. Next question. Ooh, we have someone who was in Ohio. Oh, in Findlay. Wow, really cool. Well, if you ever want to visit again, please let us know. We would love to host anyone who would like to come for a visit to the University of Findlay. We sometimes have students who just come here to visit and see campus, and we always love to host them. We will help you out with accommodation. We'll help you find food in Findlay. There's many amazing opportunities for that. And we'll also set up meetings with all professors that you might be interested in talking to. Very cool that we had someone who was in Findlay before. Could you please inform about SAT, ACT requirement for bachelor degree? So at Findlay, as I mentioned, we do not require SAT or ACT. We have never really required it in the last couple of years, and especially not now because of the whole pandemic, and we know that many test centers are closed, so we don't have an SAT or ACT requirement at Findlay. If you do have a test, great, you can submit it with your application, and it might help waive the English language score. So that would really be beneficial for you too. Then what are the conditions for scholarship? Again, scholarships are all awarded based on GPA in high school. So the better you are in high school, the more scholarship money you will get from us. And it goes from $12,000 to $21,000 a year. So the very best students will get $21,000, and then everyone else falls into the categories from 12, 15, I think 12, 15, 17, and 19,000. So we have 5 different scholarship brackets. And if you're unsure how much you would get, I would suggest completing the application, and then we will look at your transcripts, calculate the GPA, and we'll let you know right away how much scholarship you get. You don't have to fill out a separate application form for scholarships, but we automatically give the highest one that you qualify for. Unfortunately, we do not have full scholarships at Findlay. Most students who can't afford the full tuition, there's many options for them. So the first year, you will probably have to pay for tuition. And then after that, we got many options where you can apply for endowed scholarships or grants at the University of Findlay, which is where people from the community donate money and then students compete for additional scholarships. And that's something that I did as a student too, and I received extra money that way. And then an exception to that are also student athletes. So if you're really good at a sport, you might qualify for additional scholarships, but that all depends on the sport, and you would have to contact the coach and see how much scholarship you qualify for. If an applicant does not have IELTS, but previous education was taught in English, would you accept application without IELTS certificate? That's a very good question, and it all depends on the school and your program. So what I would recommend in a situation like that is you would have to go to your registrar's office or someone who issues all the main official documents for you, and you would have to ask them to write a letter saying that the medium of instruction is English, and then there's a good chance that we might waive it. Another good option would be doing the Duolingo online test. So we know, again, TOEFL and IELTS centers are closed all over the world, but Duolingo has been one of the top programs these days to do the online English test. So I would really recommend doing the Duolingo online. Let's see. Unfortunately, we do not have a dentistry program. If we cannot meet the language requirements, do we still have a chance to get acceptance? And is it possible to start an ESL program at the university before our education? Absolutely. Many students do that. And so all you would have to do is apply to Findlay. Then you would, if your English score is not high enough, you would automatically be put in our intensive English language program, which can last 1 to 2 semesters long. And then after you complete that, you can start with your regular program. Some of the most popular programs for international students would definitely be computer science, business, nursing, nuclear medicine, chemistry, biology, and yeah, I think those are the main ones for international students. And if there's any other program that might interest you, we offer over 80 bachelor programs, so you can find them at any time that you want to get to know a little bit more about that. We do have a political science program at Findlay. It's a 4-year bachelor degree, and people usually use it as a pre-law requirement. So if they want to go to law school after their bachelor, they do political science at the University of Findlay. So yes, we do offer that program to our international students. How are the career opportunities in the USA for international students after graduation? So many students who graduate from Findlay, they get the opportunity to do what's called OPT, which allows international students to stay 1 to 3 years after they graduate to work in a field that's tied to what they studied. So that's something that I personally did. I did my OPT for 1 year and I worked here at the university. And then after that expired, the university decided that they want to keep me here. So now I work here full time, which is something that many other students utilize too. We have a few other international students who work at the university, but also in many other big companies across the United States where they had a chance to prove how good they are. We have many job opportunities on campus for international students. So when I was a student, I worked as a chef in a restaurant here on campus. I worked as a lifeguard. I did pool maintenance. I worked as a tutor. So there's always open jobs as long as you're willing to work. So for students who want to work, there's always opportunities for them. Do we have work permit while we are studying? Yes, you can work on campus only. So if you want to work, it has to be on campus and up to 20 hours a week, so no more than that. There's some certain exceptions to that, but if you have more detailed questions about that, you can just reach out to me and I'll give you more information about that. But in most cases, students can only work on campus while they're students. Is there a graduate program for veterinarians? Unfortunately not. We have a very good pre-vet program on our campus, but students who graduate with that, they go on to some other schools to pursue their doctorate in veterinary medicine. Our students who graduate from this program are the top in the nation, and they have a 90% success rate to get into vet school. What makes Ohio different than other states in the United States? I don't know. I think something that Ohio is really cool about is that it's really central. So wherever you want to go, especially on the East Coast, it's just really close. So within 5 to 10 hours of driving, you can get to most major cities in the United States within the east side of the United States. If you want to go to the West Coast, obviously you're gonna have to fly, but you can also drive, but it would be a 2-3 day drive. Just excuse me for a second. I just need to plug my computer in. The battery is dying. I will keep answering the questions. Are there any unanswered questions right now? I am not entirely sure. Yes, internships. We do offer many internships for international students. Just 1 second. Okay. Okay, so international students get the chance to do internships on campus or off campus, and you would have to reach out to the office for internships, and they help all students on campus to find the right internship for them, no matter what it is. And that's something that I did as a student too, and they helped me find a job on campus during the summer where I helped out with many different marketing things too. Let's see. I think I went through all the questions that you guys had. If I missed any, please put them in over here again. And then in the chat box, I will share the links about the University of Findlay where you can apply for programs and where you can just get general information about the University of Findlay. So this should be in the chat box right now. Okay. Let's see, we have some more questions. Are there any partner companies that we can do internships? Yes, so the university partners with many companies that are located in the city of Findlay and also with companies that are outside of the city of Findlay. So big companies like Marathon Petroleum, Cooper Tire, Whirlpool, they're all here in Findlay and they have their headquarters here. So we work very closely with them, and most of them, they give good opportunities to international students to do internships there. And depending on the program, some programs that work with other big companies that are out of Ohio, and those students get the opportunity to go to many cool states outside of Ohio too for the summer, which is something that's amazing too. So if you're interested in hearing a little bit more about that, please reach out to me and I'll give you all the information that I know. And if I don't know everything, I will get you in touch with the right people from the programs. So all in all, do you think it will be feasible for a student with a reasonable scholarship to plan paying the first year and then try to make money on the side to cover the rest of tuition on living only with that money? Sorry for the long question. Don't worry about it. It's not that long. So yes, I think it would be feasible, but it would require a lot of planning. So you would have to map out exactly the costs for 4 years and see where you're at. The chances are that throughout your 4 years at Findlay, you will be given the opportunity to get more and more money every single year as you find out more about resources on campus and ways to save money. Something that I did is that I applied for endowed scholarships at UF, and that helped me a lot too. And also found good housing where it's relatively affordable to live with only like $250 a month, which is a big money saver. And I also worked many jobs on campus, so that helped me a lot to cover basic living expenses. And honestly, if you work on campus and you work about 20 hours a week, you can make between $500 to $600 a month, which for me was enough to cover living expenses, and that includes housing and food. How long can we work with OPT? So OPT depends. In most cases, you can work 1 year unless you studied in the STEM field, so science, technology, engineering, and math. and those qualify for 2 additional years. So you can do 3 years if you studied in the STEM field. And OPT is something that most international students actually do after they graduate, and they just go and find a job at some company somewhere, most of the time in Ohio, but many students also go to bigger cities like Chicago or New York to pursue their careers over there. Okay, I think I'm through with all the questions right now. Yeah. So if you have any other questions, I'd be happy to answer them right now. And then if you look at the chat box, I give you a link for the application portal, and I also gave you the general website information about the University of Finland. I will also post my email address. So if you have any questions, you can just reach out to me and I will gladly help you with anything that might interest you. Okay, here we go. I just posted my email there too, so please reach out to me at any time, anytime you have any questions. Okay, somebody missed my answer about accommodation. So at Findlay, we allow our students to live either on campus or off campus. So it's all up to you. We have 8 on-campus dorms, and we have many houses, cottages, and townhouses. So you can really choose and see what fits you the best. So some people might want to live alone. Some people don't want to live alone. So the cost for that per year is $5,000 per year. And with food, that would be $10,000 per year. If you choose to live off campus, however, you can definitely save a few $1,000s a year. But also I would recommend living on campus the first year just to get a better experience on campus and to meet more people. We have a question. Please share the contact details in order to contact for agency collaborations. You can please reach out to me through email, and I will help you with any question that you might have too. All right. I think we're through with all the questions right now.
Yes, Todo, you replied. Thank you very much for your great presentation and all information you shared with us. I think you covered.
It was a pleasure talking to everyone, and so many students asked great questions, and I really appreciate that. And if anyone has any more questions, please feel free to reach out to me, and I would love to help with anything. And we also have an office of great people here, so even if you don't reach out to me directly, anyone else can help you just as well too. So really, thank you for hosting this today, and thank you to everyone who showed up and listened to the presentation and participated.
Thank you. Also, we thank you for your participation. And
I'm sorry about the little technical difficulties. I don't know what happened, so I had to shift places.
Sometimes that happens, so it's not a problem. So it's solved. Thank you again for your attendance at the IEFT Talks webinars. It was very nice to welcome you here. And
thank you so much.
So, is there anything you would like to add before we say goodbye?
Not much. Just stay safe, and I hope to see everyone in Findlay soon.
Thank you. We hope to see. Thank you again.
All right. Thank you so much.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you too. Bye.